Alright, first thing you have to do is to remove this cover. This cover, the 3 bolts at the front here are a 5mm, and then sneaky Toyota, they have this that you unscrew and then you can remove this cover and place it somewhere out of the way. Now we have full access here to the spark plugs and the intake manifold at the back there. We also do need to remove that bar. Now before you start ripping shit out, I have already marked these, as you can see: red, red, yellow, yellow, white, 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 yellow, red. Do make sure you do that, because it will cause you all sorts of grief if you do not get those back in the right order. Now, whilst I have this off, the customer has asked me to change the spark plugs, and he said to me, "Oh, you know, how much extra is that going to cost?" I said, that's going to take me a minute, and once I got the manifold off, a minute. How about nothing? You don't rip people off. You don't get repeat customers by ripping them off, by going and saying, "Well, you know, replace the spark plug costs blah 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 blah." I've already got to take all of this off to get to the knock sensors. So why on earth would I charge him extra? I know garages would, because they're parasites, but that's not something I do. Now, if I find something else that is, I don't know, untoward, or something breaks while I'm doing this, then yeah, there may be an extra cost incurred. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Also, a reminder to you at this point, in order to remove the intake manifold, water flows through it. So you need to make sure you drain the cooling system first. That is something I'm about to set to do. And before I forget, I will make sure everything is ready and aligned. Yes, sind Sie aligned? Okay. I don't want to do this right now, but I'm gonna move on it. Oh, and don't forget this one little vacuum hose here. It doesn't really need marking. If you can't figure out where one hose goes back on, then get the hell out from under the bonnet. You shouldn't be under here. You should be sitting at home playing with yourself on your computer. Alright, let me see, where should we go next? Draining the cooling system. Let's go there. Alright, we are now underneath the vehicle, and here is the drain cock, or the cock for the draining of. As you can probably see, I don't think it's going to line up with that slot. Well, it might. So, you know, we may not make too much mess. But either way, let's get the pan in here and undo that. Don't go away. Right, pan is strategically placed. Let me get up here. Ooh, look at that. Oh, it actually came undone. Oh, me undone. Now all we need is, there we go. Coolant is piddling out. And all over the lens of the camera. Alright, so we're now going to let that drain for a little while, and then we'll get on to the rest of it. Alright, once you've marked all these hoses, pull them all off, and the one over here. There are 2 connections at the back here, this one and this one. Then we need to, oops, I need a Phillips on that. Undo this here. Well, actually, do we? I'm looking at that, and I'm wondering. It's probably simplest if I undo it first, although maybe when I put it all back, it'll go back as one unit. Let me see. Okay, we've undone the clip there, the clip there. Then we lift up the filter box. Oh, there's what else is there? No, that's not it. Wow, what a complicated design. Okay, alright, that's that off. And let's just set this aside somewhere safe. Now, let's get this air filter out of the way so we don't lose it. Looks like someone's been in here before. Well, I can't say that's a surprise, can I? But that's... Oh, these clips, they're terrible. They just fall off. Alright. Save the clip. Yes, clean filter. That would explain things. Now, what we do need to do is get this off here. Okay, so I'm gonna take that clip off there. Wow, what a complicated design. Okay, alright, that's that off. And let's just set this aside somewhere safe. Now, let's get this air filter out of the way so we don't lose it. Looks like someone's been in here before. Well, I can't say that's a surprise, can I? But that's... Oh, these clips, they're terrible. They just fall off. Alright. Save the clip. Yes, clean filter. That would explain things. Now, what we do need to do is get this off here. Okay, so I'm gonna take that clip off there and undo the screw on the throttle body. That's here. There we go. Let it turn. It turns, but will it come off? Oh, don't you love these things? There we go. Okay, so that's off. Next is undo that. Let's undo this, let's undo that. I think I need to get a light under here. This is a little bit on the dark side. Come over to the dark side. Or even the dark side of the moon. Oh, Jesus. There's two of these fucking things. Okay. It's just going to make it easier if I get stuff out of the way. That is assuming I can get them off. God, they don't make this easy. Wow, that is tough. Maybe there should be an easier way to do this, but can't think of it. Alright, let me get a light. Yeah, I need to get my little tool to undo that baby. A pipe removing tool. Need to undo that bit more. Just a little bit more. Give it a little bit more room. I sure as hell don't want to come off. Oh, seeing that reminds me. Their ABS relay, there is a clip at the top here you push and pull it off. I just haven't managed to take it out of the way yet. I want to get that clip out. Relumbly. Wow, these are tough, I tell you. Well, that clip's loose, but is it loose enough? Let me see. Okay, let's try. I wonder if I can get underneath here. Okay, there, it's loosening now. There we go. Okay, one down, one to go. Let's give that a bit more persuasion. There she goes. Okay, that's it. Is there anything else attached to it? Oh. Right. That's those out of the way. Okay, I see there's a throttle body connection there I'm going to have to disconnect. A lot of stuff to get out of the way on this particular vehicle. Doesn't make it easy. Which is why this is such a time-consuming little jobby. All that crap in there. I'll get the vacuum on that before we go too far. What you also have to do is loosen these bolts here. Let me get this out of the way. Loosen these bolts here so that we can remove this bar. What I do need to do is get that clip out first because we don't want to break it. Let's see if I can get it with this. No, I can't. I need some angled pliers. So let's try these. See if I can get that clip out. And also if I can do it without pinching my finger. Yep, there she goes. Now we can just tuck this over here, out of the way. Right, now there is another clip, pardon me, over here that we need to get off. It's this one here. Not sure how this particular clip works, so bear with. Looks like pulling that up. They always do them differently, don't they? They'll never be the same. Oh no. I would have thought. Oh, there it is, yeah. Alright, so you have to lift the plastic here and then pull it back. God knows what that thing is. Okay, now we can undo these nuts. Obviously I'd already cracked these, otherwise they wouldn't be coming undone that easy. And what I'm going to do, because it's on the suspension, I'm just going to put the nuts back on. I don't like the idea of leaving the suspension just sitting on that one bolt. Apart from anything else, it certainly means I know where the nuts are. Right, let's go to the other side, do the same thing. guess this is some kind of torsion bar. Push the wiring harnesses in the way. Couldn't possibly have it so that you could do it with ease. No, no. Not car designers. You bastards. There we go. Right, that's that rod out of the way. And again, I'm going to put the two nuts back on. Now, move my ass around here. We need to disconnect all these throttle linkages. My God. Okay, we just got to take the cables off. Let's first of all pull this off. Keep that out of the way. Okay, probably can't leave that there. I'm just thinking stick it there out of the way for the moment, but that's not true. Well, actually it might be. Yes, there's no reason I'm taking that off. And so then when I go to put something on here, I'll find this and go, what the hell? Yeah, okay. So, that one goes to the throttle body. That's the fuel line, that's the injectors. Getting to these spark plugs is going to be fun. So once I've got that intake manifold off, that's the opportunity you need. Alright, so I'm going to crack that nut there. Spin this one and spin that one. That's okay, that's easy enough. I'll do the same with this one. Alright, I am progressing now. Do note that at the back there, behind everything, very awkward to get to, there are 4 bolts that have to come out. One's attached to the carburetor, one's attached to the manifold there, one's attached to the manifold at the other end. Also there is a ground wire, and there's one that I'm really struggling with again, which is attached to the manifold. So on the manifold itself there are 3, and on the carburetor, on the throttle body, there is 1. They are not easy to get out, believe me. I've already cut myself in many places. I've got 3 of them out. I'm just working on this final one up at this end. It's in a recess, so it's very awkward to get a wrench on it. I've managed to. It's a 14mm bolt back there on that particular one, and I'm having to use my ring spanner up there to actually get to it. But it moves very little. It's not freely moving, and I have to lay across, as you will, across the front of the engine here, although not actually on the engine, to get to it. And it takes your breath away doing all of this, I can tell you. Right, just wanted to let you know that. Well, as they say, needs must when the devil drives. I've been struggling for approximately 3 hours now to undo 1 bolt. Why is it so difficult? Well, because I have to lay across the engine and feel this bolt and turn it not even a face at a time. And the angle of this is just not quite enough, so I'm going to modify one of my wrenches. Let me get something to grab that, because that fork is going to be hot when I get it bent. Okay, this should do me. Right, I want to bend it at about there. Now, I wouldn't do this with one of my snap-on tools, but this particular tool, whilst it's good, I've had it for years, and to me it's sacrificial, and it gets the job done. It makes my life easier. I'll bend it back afterwards. Just want to get my cherry red. My cherry pie. Who was it did that? What was her name? Damn it, I can't remember. Wasn't Susie Quattro. Joan Jett, wasn't it? Joan Jett from Joan Jett and the Jets. I don't think it'll bend yet, but I'm going to try. Not quite. There we go, we got a cherry red now. Just want a bit more angle on it than it's already got. That should do. Let's let it cool down. And whilst it's cooling down, I'm gonna have me a drink. I'm gonna get me some ice from my gin and tonic, which has just lost all its ice. Alright, back in a sec. See this fucking thing here? This is the one bolt that's taken me hours to remove, and I mean hours. Let me get the intake off and I'll show you where it goes. And this is a warning to you all. If you want to do this job, it's going to take a lot of effort. Okay, I've finally got that bolt out the back, and as promised I will show you where it goes. Now I can take off this intake manifold. There are two nuts, one here and one here, and they are 14mm. Then you have the Allen bolts at the front here. What are they? Hang on a second. They're an 8mm. In theory, they should be easy. Whew. We all love theory. Oh, and do make sure when you're putting these in here, they go in all the way. If there is any crap in there, get it out, because you will bugger up the head. I'll put money on it if you don't get that thing and get that puppy right in there. Now, I'm assuming at this point that I have removed everything I need to remove to get this intake manifold off, or shall we say upper plenum. Now, by the noise it's making, it seems as if I might. However, we can't be sure. So this could be interesting. Right. There we go. Alright kids, here we go. I feel something holding. Oh boy, what do I feel? Apart from an idiot. There's a hose. There's a fucking hose. Jesus fucking Christ. You people. And it's not a pull-off one. Good God, what is it? Christ almighty. I got the vacuum off. I need a light. I need to see the light. And I never will. Okay, where is my light? Give me a light. There's a light. Let's see if we can see what it is, eh kids? Oh, there's another fucking wire there. And another one. Oh, hang on, it's not the hose. I don't think it's the hose. I think it's this bolt here has to be undone to get this wire off, and this wire's... Wow. What a fucked up design again. Alright, so let me get a wrench, get a socket, get that fucker off, and then we'll see if it moves. I have undone that bolt. And I must admit the expression, "Are you fucking kidding me?" comes to mind. But let's see what happens now. What is holding it now? Surely nothing. It can't be. Are you you're in the way, and that's okay, I understand that. And get you out of the way. But there is, I still feel something holding it. Really, it is. It's that fucking hose. Christ. Well, I always knew these were a bad design, and it's now been confirmed. Christ. That's the EGR, guys. Oh, the PCV, sorry, not the EGR, it's the PCV. So now I've got to get that off of there. It really doesn't seem to be what's holding it, but it is. Alright, let me get the pliers out. Good God. Oh dear. Not big enough. And those of you that have these thinking, I'm going to take it to Gary next time. Guess what? Here I'll tell you where to go. There's no way I'm doing another one of these. Take it to somebody who wants to struggle. Okay, hose is off. Now let's see. Here we go. One more time. You out of the way. Christ. What now? There's nothing holding it. There must be, but there isn't. Good God. I cannot believe this. This is a disgusting piece of shit. What is there? Is it the bracket that's in the way? Look, guys, you sit back there. Just let me struggle over here. This is fucking ridiculous. Come on, you can sit back there out of the way. Okay, I've undone the metal. I've undone the bolt. Feel anything there. The only thing I can assume is that the metal bracket nope, wasn't the metal bracket, it was that fucking pipe. Christ. Okay. Whew. If I didn't need to put this back on, I'd throw it in the trash. Alright, let me show you what you're up against here. Take this off my head. Alright, there is a bolt through there. 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 There is a pipe on there. And then this gets in the way. Good fucking God. Alright. Now, finally got to the damn thing. And we're partially there. Next. We've got the intake manifold bolts. We've got to take this off. We've got to take these connections off. We've got to go over here and do the rear spark plugs. I've got to disconnect this wiring harness, yes. If I didn't already say that, I think I probably did.